Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very reliable, albeit standard cup of tea, the good old cuppa. So welcome back to Prison Architect, and in the previous episode, we were sort of finishing off the build, really. We were putting in some more flooring, a lot of flooring actually, lined tiles because it's the all tile all the time channel, and we put in wind solar hybrid to increase our capacity there. We went through the sort of death row process, and yes, we're now at a stage where we can pretty much complete this thing. I did ask, do you want to advance time, do you want to hack in money just to do it, because it's pretty much done. After that episode, took it upon myself to basically just let the game run for about maybe an hour and a half on max speed, and that has meant that basically we've able to accumulate 317,000 generic units of currency. We have advanced, I think, about 25 or so in-game days, and if we go over to prison grading, one of the reasons why I wanted to let it run rather than hacking money is because, yes, still, prisoners escaped 0, although deaths in custody has gone up, reoffending rate has gone down. And you can see we've achieved over the 50% mark for the reformed prisoners, and we have 3 death row inmates, one of which is on 0% chance of ever getting out of this one. So, yes, what we want to do in this episode is pretty much finish things off. Over to here, and let's just get that wired in. I'm going to go to cell utility and get rid of those little bits, and then electrical cable these up. What I also want to do is put in a PA system, actually. I'm going to put them in either side, like there and there. These will... actually, are they in the room? Yes, they are, fine. If they're in a yard, it will give a small suppression effect. So it's something that, you know, I can benefit from. It will decrease the grading, which is is me selling the utilities that I'm now just about to put back in. Yeah, anyway, so it does decrease the grade, but also provides a little bit of a suppression effect. It's just that added extra for, you know, bonuses and such. So we'll max speed that out, and when it comes to the build then, I mean, it is pretty much just let's just put in the walls and doors and get this thing done. So I'm going to do the top bit first and then work through it. We do have 9 minimum security inmates. What I'll do is I will go to normal speed. Actually, no, I'll pause it, and I'm going to change all these guys to Supermax, and I'm going to change this entire block to, to Supermax as well. So Tim Headland, is that Pretzel? Patzel, we've got Williams here, and let's see where we have some other inmates. We have Sean Taylor, we have a Christopher Young, we have a Weston, no, we have a Light, now we have a Weston, Supermax, and let's just check our reports. And prisoners, we no longer have anyone in max sec, which is fine. That also is indicated there. This then goes to max sec, as does all these sections and these bits and around here. So now we shouldn't have any area that is set to anything other than... yeah, we've got a couple of bits there that have been eluding me. Let me just double check there, because if we have a problem, they won't get across it. That's fine, that's fine. These are all good. Yeah, so every area now should be set to max sec, which means we can get, obviously, more money. And you know what? Just because we can, let's bring in a legendary prisoner. And we'll go to wiring and to connections, and it'll be... what will it be, actually? It'll be that one, I think? No. Probably best to mouse over that section, and it's going to be these two here. Okay, so we'll just max speed this out while the workers crack on and place a lot of these perimeter walls. We're probably going to spend about 150,000 on perimeter walls, another further maybe 40,000 on the guard towers. And how many guard towers do we need? 4, 8, 16, is it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. We need 16 guard towers. I believe we have a total of 12 snipers anyway. 12 snipers. So actually there's not much more I need. The daily cash flow is 14,000. So if we're thinking about the extra staffing levels, we're going to be reducing our workforce down to about 8 people. We're currently on 20. That's going to save 1,000, but I think snipers are 500 per day, 550 per day. So yeah, getting those, we're gonna pretty much half our daily cash flow, I think, by the end of this one. But that's what we need to do long term. Let me go to perimeter wall here and spend. Oh, it's gonna be a big amount, and to there, that's fine. You know what? Well, I'm actually not. I was gonna say let's put the rest of it in, but I'm not going to do that because there's gonna be so many trucks. What I am gonna do is find a Mr. Paul Gaskin, prisoner number 240035331, sentenced to 108 years for multiple crimes including murder, grievous bodily harm, and armed robbery. And there you go, schedule execution. We will authorise the prison-wide lockdown, and we will test the facility, and that is now completed. We will also assemble execution detail and escort the witnesses to the facility. This is, I don't know how many people we've ever had when it comes to death row, as actually in the death row, and we've got 3 at the moment, and that's obviously with the whole sort of time advancing thing. So I don't want to seem like we're speed running the execution. That would be inappropriate at minimum. But yeah, we've got Gaskin there. We've got the Gaskin's priest. I like the way that the wardens and the chief, they're not standing behind this wall. They're standing just to the left and right there. We've got Gaskin's victim's family, Gaskin's father. Oh, both of double father. Also very similar in clothing and dress sense and grooming habits, etc. Gaskin's wife and Gaskin's victim's family. Authorise execution. And dismiss. And we'll see what we get at the end of that. Standard compensation of 10,000 was awarded to the institution. That was 521. And there we go. We'll now close that and continue on. Over to perimeter wall. And along here, we'll do this. Get that one set. Also what I want to do, and it might be a bad thing, is I'm going to go to programs. I'm going to stop all these programs for parole hearing. That's just not something we are going through. We're going to keep death row appeal, naturally. We're going to have deployment, staff only, and then something that I probably should have done earlier, but I'm going to go over to our policy and go right to the bottom, and I'm going to equip stun battens. I guess it is initiate, the handing out of the stun battens. 350 generic currency per guard. Speaking of guards, we've got 46 guards. I'm probably going to hire another guard. Cooks are fine. I'm going to get a couple of dog handlers extra. Not going to get the snipers just yet. You can see here there's body armor, there's stun battens, there's all manner of monies getting spent here. We do still have another couple of inmates, Tom Slater and Paul Clark. Also, no legendary prisoner. Really? Okay. Well, I'll keep it activated, because why not? So death row is on, and obviously the other inmates are on there as well. It's all fine. Oh, returning inmate. Dan Cleef. What's their grading? 67% chance of reoffending. Okay. Let's have a look at released prisoners here. Yeah, look at that. So, Eaton, 5 grand, and then we got lots of, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13-ish. 12, 13, depending on counting errors and rounding. Yeah. You've got lots of reform, but it only takes 1 to reoffend, and it really knocks the edge off that one. Found work in lots of restaurants. Maybe that's in the lockdown town prison. Shopping mall, construction company, and more construction company. Excellent. All right, well, again, cracking on with the build. You can see the workers are putting in the perimeter wall. People have suggested we put in barbed wire along these. We could do. It's very viable and something that would maybe increase security. Truth be told, we just don't need it. It's also why I've chosen not to change these staff doors to the more secure ones. Obviously, this will be at some point available for download and for an attempt of an escape, and if someone is successful and I know what the weak spots are, then I will go back and add even more, but we'll see how we get on. I'm gonna run in the the perimeter wall along here and here, similar thing in there, and is that broken? Oh yeah, something's happened there, isn't it? Something has definitely happened on those doors. Something's broke. Oh, something is totally and utterly broke on that one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Right. Okay. Yeah. Let's. It was good putting in the airlock system. Never truly worked properly, I don't think. Or if it did, well, it was, you know, a good little thing to try. But we're just going to leave it now, so it's on just the standard door control system for the security room. So as I said, we'll probably spend another 100,000 just on putting in the perimeter wall around here. We don't really need it, but we will build it. The temporary permanent parole is going to stay as it is. Or do I want to knock it down now? Are we ever going to use it again? I want to keep it because of the the amount of comments that said, "Yep, there's nothing more permanent than a temporary solution," and I want to keep it, just to have that statement be correct. But we set out with the intention not to have it, so I am going to remove it. See how we get on. That's all going. I'm going to put in. What am I going to put in? So I don't have access to the top bit here. Do I need access to it? Not really. Go to flooring and to the line tile. The line tiles, and the tiles will go up to there. Just for the sake of having symmetry, I guess, what I'll do is dismantle, demolish walls. I'll put in a little entrance here. Just to, as I said, have it similar. And like that, and like that. And then in here, oh, is that one correct? Yes, it is, yes. That's correct. And run these down. And then there. And it's going to be just, like say, similar to the other side. Like so. And concretington. Up to there. And there. And we want, what have we got down there? It'll be a staff door. Yeah, it's a staff door. And doors, staff door, something like that. Is that one not set? It is now. Okay. Let's see how they get on with that one. Back over to perimeter wall, and we'll run in the perimeter wall along. Yeah, actually, wait. Yeah, I'll run it along here because the rest of it is actually completed. We'll do that side, and we'll do this side. Ah, wait. It's going to remove these doors if I was to go across there. That's not a problem. I'll just run it like this. Do it manually. And what occurs to me, actually, is I've not put in a road barrier. Road barrier. So, where's the best place for this? I mean, I'm going to put multiples in. I'm going to put a road barrier in. Do I put it before or after? Before. Put it there. And then put it there. Then probably one before and one after there. And then I will have to put in the extra little bits of perimeter wall. Oh no, there and there. I think it's actually said it's going to be okay. We'll see how we get on with that one. Again, lots of expenditure here. Oh, prisoner reoffending fine. That's not what we wanted. We did export about 4,000's worth of power as well. So that's good. Let's have a quick look. Any legendary prisoner? Oh, look at that. Potential CI. Interesting. Volatile and green thumb. Potential CI. Recruit informant. I can't say I've ever really looked at any inmate throughout the entirety of this series and thought, hey, we need CIs. But we'll recruit them, and we now have an informant. I mean, it's not going to change anything, but you know, it is what it is. So I think the oh wait, that's in the wrong position, isn't it? It should be there. All right, back to walls and doors. Perimeter wall goes along to there. I don't think we need a perimeter wall in the forestry area, but I think we will probably do it for the sake of completeness. Although, what is getting complete is the emptying of our bank balance. It's going down, that's for sure. Just going to double check deployment. I thought that might happen. Let's check all that. Staff only, staff only, staff only. Yes, there we go. It probably is going to do that again once these walls change up. Probably going to put a couple more snipers around here as well. But as I said, death row, in my experience, they don't escape. If they do kick off, it's just a bit of fighting, and chances of them getting out are slim to none. Double checking our patrols. Pretty much all good. Set up correctly there. All right around there. Yep, that's all alright. That's all alright. We will go through, obviously, the death row process, execution process again a couple of times today. Just as part of the sort of ending of the series. Do I want to put in any of the flooring around here? Probably not. We kept this bit of flooring here because it's quite slow. Although it has been mentioned that dirt is walk speed slow, but sand is walk speed even slower. It still says slow there. Or there's one of them that says, I don't know if it says very slow, but I think dirt is 0.5, but there's one of them, maybe sand, it's a 0.3 speed. But to be fair, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bits, like, space to the edge, so I don't think it's going to matter. And there's cliff edge on the end of that anyway, so yeah. So currently 8 time, we'll go through the process again in death row. So both Tom Slater and Paul Clark, I don't know how long they've been in here. Character doesn't say anything really. How many years? 88 years for Clark and 106 years for Tom. Schedule execution and initialize prison-wide lockdown. Test the facility. Authorize execution detail. Assemble, should I say, and escort witnesses to the facility. This is Thomas Slater, prisoner number 250792226, sentenced to 106 years for multiple crimes including murder, torture, and grievous bodily harm. Actually, if we look at this one, murder, torture, grievous bodily harm, torture, aggravated assault, attempted murder, and then murder, a likelihood of clemency 2%. So, yes, I was going to put some door servos on solitary door, yet that feels a bit like heavy processing, which, yeah. Slater's mother, Slater's victim's family, Slater's victim's family, and Slater's victim's family. There we are. So, Tom Slater, sentenced to execution. Click. We'll dismiss witnesses and staff. And final report. Carried out at 6:55 as scheduled by electric chair. 10 grand awarded to the... Ooh, 10 grand awarded because of, well, the process that we went through. However, serious complaints. I bet it's food. Some sleep, actually. How curious. Don't think there's a problem there. These are all set to Supermax, are they? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. It's gone right down. Let's say we'll let the workers crack on with building and... don't you dare. Go that side. That's some pathfinding issues right there. Oh, yeah. Right. Brilliant. I'm going to have to demolish that. That shouldn't happen, that one. But, well, it does. So we'll prioritise that. And then they'll rip that up. Put the corner in. Then go from there. I'm going to prioritise the building of this one on the corner. As I said, the workforce itself, we've got 20 people building. We'll be removing, or rather, we'll be sadly letting go of most likely half. Start with 8. It's a case of, sadly, staff no longer needed. The business requirements have changed, I think is what is often used. Which basically means you're fired. But we'll give you a good reference. I mean, not this guy, not Lewis, obviously. And I'm tempted to fire them anywhere. It does say sack as well. Anyway, let's see what happens here. Some prisoners are up for parole. We don't have parole anymore. Actually, what we do have is more space for storage. Not that we actually need all of that storage, but we'll set it up like that. And, oh, they're still doing it. There we go. Finally. And then do the rest of it, would you? Please and thank you. It's taken a while for the workers to build over there. There's power export again. And, shakedown underway. I was going to have a look at Paul Clark here. But if everyone else is busy, then we're not going to do that. Let's just have a quick look. Last 24 hours. Things we found. Forks, knives, hammers, lighters, drills, SIGs. Yeah, nothing of great note. One thing I haven't done as well, it's basically go for ranks. I've not like ranked anyone up. I don't think it's really gonna matter, but I'll do it because we have the option to. So you can only rank up guards. Standard guards. And it's based on their experience, their time in the facility, you know, what they've done, etc. Sadly, you can't go next and up it and then go back like that. Yeah, you have to say OK. Rank, officer. And I think the higher ranks they are, the better they are. But also the specialist officers, they'll sort of avoid... they'll sort of avoid a lot of the sort of main goings on in the facility, so they'll be like the ones on the CCTV or whatever, because they've like I guess either learned to just do that sort of job. There you go, specialist officers. You can only have a certain amount as well, but I'm not going to, you know, spend a silly amount of time doing that. We have no real need for that. What I do have a bit of a need for is do I put a staff door in here in this corner? That would make it less secure. Would give us access to this side though, which is probably worth it. I could then run the... To be fair, the flooring then around it, couldn't I? That's probably a good idea. Probably best if I do it sooner rather than later as well, because, you know, we can gain access to that side and we've had another death. Oh. Strong, tough, volatile and stoical, murdered by prisoner. Really? Matt Eaton. Interesting. It's not Christopher, our snitch either. Oh, another potential CI in the form of Carter. We're going to get Carter. Name that reference. It's not much of a subtle one, is it? Right, let's go for the corner pieces. And go for running in here. All the way along to there. That one and that one. Those ones. Up to here. Along to this part. And that one. That one. That one. That one. Down here. And there. And there. And I think that's right. Something like that. Once all that's in, I guess it's just the other bit of perimeter wall. I mean, we don't need to put it in, but we have the money, so we might as well. So it's in here. And down. And this will make sure that, basically, precautions have been taken where possible to ensure things are secure. I want to put in probably grass all the way around here, because I don't know if the forestry will work on the tiles. But I don't want to right click that because it's part of building this and it might cancel it off. So I just let it do its thing. Also, let's do some guard towers. Is this going to be a bit of an expenditure? It's 3 grand a tower. So we've already got, I think, at least half of them in. Make sure they're in the right orientation, which most of them are now. And I think just this one. There we go. So planning, I can remove all planning now. That was just as a reminder to put those ones in. Over to flooring. No, not yet, because they haven't done this. Still cracking on with it. It's going to be grass. Might as well just do that. It'll overwrite. I don't think it has overwritten some of that, actually. We shall see. Deployment is broken again, so we'll change that. Make sure it's all correct. The road gates, by the way, when you do lockdown, lockdown, is lockdown? Yes. It closes all these doors. I'm not going to do it because it's going to really annoy the inmates. The chances of any inmate getting from where they are situated over to a truck and then stealing it to then ram out is slim to none. Over to staffing then, and 20 snipers. That's going to hugely impact our daily cash flow. But it means that we do have now full 360 sniper coverage. I've got only one sniper for the death row, because as I said, death row, they don't, as a rule, escape anywhere. And if they did, the only way to get out is to tunnel. Are they going to get to there without me noticing? Almost certainly not. We have doggo patrols, and even if they did get there, the sniper can see over all of this. Actually, they can't see over all of it. Is it worth putting one in there? No, it's not. It's not. It isn't. So, putting in some of this flooring, I don't know if... oh no, it does say build grass. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm not going to get any more, I don't think, building-wise just yet, because we have lots of trucks and food needs and such. Speaking of food needs, one thing I haven't looked at is policy and our death row. Also, death row is meal quantity high and variety is high, whereas Supermax, it's recommended to be medium and low. What if I put recommend? Yeah, it is recommending for death row high and high. How curious. There you go. So various levels. I don't think I have the bank balance, strangely, to finish off the rest of this bit. Don't know if I do. And also guarantee, because of the speed at which we've been placing line tiles in building and such, there's going to be some bits missing. Yep, there it is. Yeah, I just know what I'm like. There we go, that's going to go in there. And workers have almost completed this. I think they have completed it. Right, let's have a quick look. Paul Clark. Schedule execution. So this is Paul Clark, who's having their last shower. Have to be clean for the event. Paul Clark, prisoner number 249589999, sentenced to 88 years for multiple crimes, including murder, torture, and aggravated assault. It's actually murder, torture, aggravated assault, grievous bodily harm, aggravated assault, attempted murder. Likelihood of clemency is 1%, only one stint in here. I'm going to authorise and assemble execution detail and witnesses. It's actually daytime now, which is not a good thing, because it's keeping the inmates on lockdown when we really don't want to do this. But hey, we'll finish off going through the process. People have always often asked, is it possible to do a death row only facility? I mean, I guess it is. Is it viable? Almost certainly not. We've got Clark's victim's family, Clark's father, Clark's victim's family, execution witness, a couple more witnesses. Escort prisoner to facility. I was going to say, where are the other members? And we will authorise the execution. Dismiss. And report. Carried out at 10:34, scheduled by electric chair, and 10 grand awarded to the participating facility, otherwise known as This one, which we don't have a name. Inescapable, hopefully. I don't believe any prison is totally inescapable. It might just take it's just a matter of time and bugs. So, I've just spent our last remaining bit of cash to take us down to 6,126 generic units of currency. But, barring any mistakes, that should be the entire facility behind perimeter walls. We have all of our snipers in place. Yes. We have spare snipers, like Griff over here. We have all of the staff needs being looked at. Yep. Most prisoner needs being looked at, although there's some sleep needs there, which is curious. We'll get onto that. And in total, then, we have, I think, accomplished what we set out to do. Prisoner reoffending rate 16. Punishment 8 out of 10. Reform is 1 out of 10. Security, let's call it 7 out of 10. And health is 6 out of 10. Staff fatalities is 7, which, considering this is a high risk, and, well, it's now only a supermax facility, but it's certainly started off as high risk. Oh, hang on. Staff fatalities just jumped up. Okay. That is Logan. It appears that Ed Cowell has a shotgun. So, apparently what you don't want to do is do a summary talking about how okay the facility is. Because as soon as you do that, the game basically says, no, you're going to have a lot more fatalities now. We've jumped up by about 3 there, I think. I need another armed guard, another guard, and sadly another dog handler. But yes, even still, in spite of that, it's death in custody 5, staff fatalities 10, capacity is 78, paroled early is 27, only 3% reoffending rate, and 4 prisoners executed, 0 of them were innocent. We have automatic scheduling for both shakedown and tunnel search. We've got high security when it comes to CCTV with suppressions, with the patrols, not just doggos but armed. We've got good line of sight. We've got water to stop any sort of like swimming attempt there. We've got snipers. We've got cliff edges. We've got perimeter walls. We have, I think, well, it's certainly the most secure facility I've made, and I'm pretty happy with it. Either way, that's been a bit of Prison Architect, and I think for this build, next episodes will be the Extreme Testing Initiative, where we put the prison through its paces by inducing certain events and behaviours that may or may not occur naturally. What that means is telling on prisoners to try and get out, telling on prisoners to be armed. That's the one that scares me, that things might get out. But this is, as I said, the extreme test. It would never really, well, would never happen in the course of play as standard. But try that, and then I'll try and escape from it. Do you know what would be really, really funny, genuinely really funny, is if I did the escape attempt and I just found one weakness that I could just get out and it'll be easy. I actually hope that is the case, because then I can go back and fix it. Either way, hope you have enjoyed this episode and indeed the build. Where do you think we should go from here? Any improvements, any changes, any expansions, or if nothing else, what sort of thing would you like to see in terms of builds? Let me know in the comments. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.